Is it just me, or like our YouTube algorithm collectively is showing us the same four things? One of which is Haley and Justin Bieber. Like, it's all about Justin Bieber's breakdown moment, how Haley is dealing with it, how she should leave him. He's a toxic husband, all of those gossip stuff, like pastry stuff. And while I do not know, like, I do not indulge myself so much in these celebrity drama, it has been showered upon me because of YouTube algorithm so much, like, uh, repeatedly, that I couldn't help but watch a few videos on it. And then I was like, okay, I want to go out, touch the grass, and be at peace with whatever information I have now. Like I said, since I'm not the kind of person who keeps a score with these celebrity stuff, I quit at the time. I think quit keeping up with Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber, and Selena Gomez when it was getting so toxic. Like, every post of Hailey Bieber was showered with these, trolls about how she's the bad one and all of that. And I was like, not having it. I was, can't even, come to fathom what she was going through. I mean, celebrities are pretty much immune to it, but nobody is immune to that kind of bullying, because even after like reading 10 comments under her post, I used to lose my sanity to some level. I used to be very pissed with how she was getting treated. And any which way, so I stopped keeping up with their drama. But nowadays it has been because I think Justin is a bit like is a he's a spiraling. And yeah, I just went on his Instagram, scrolled through it to make sure that, yeah, it seems like he's kind of spiraling, like he's pulling Kanye West out of nowhere. Like, Kanye used to do on Twitter, he's doing it on Instagram. For some reason, somebody needs to take his phone away. And I just, you know as women, I'm just like, I've kept on seeing all these things, you know whether it be like, um, with celebrities, or common people around me, that women have to deal with so much bullshit. Like, they have so much more to deal with on their own, then they have to take shit from these men in their life. And I'm like, dude, just go to therapy. Like, you're doing everything except you know seeking help and going to therapy. And by the way, I should not be the one saying it, because I don't know for a fact if he is taking therapy, not taking therapy, if he is telling us about that. But yeah, like, he needs help, let's put it that way. And I'm just feeling bad for Hailey Bieber, because I actually love her. I enjoy her YouTube videos. I enjoy her skincare. So um I'm just pissed basically at the male population at this point of time. Even though I'm not a Justin Bieber hater, I used to be such a fan of his music. I'm still a fan of his music, to put it that way. But yeah, it's not clocking to me anymore. Yep, I saw that video. So I just sort of thought that, I don't know about Hailey Bieber, but if you are the kind of girl who is giving a man plenty of opportunities in your life, um, for him to be better, but he is like, um, not paying heed, not taking your advice, not paying heed, um, and continuously, like, sort of embarrassing you in public. I think you should read these books. I have here a couple of books with great female representation, and I want you to read these. And these are pretty basic, but a reread would also be recommended. If you're dealing with stupid men in general, I think you should read these books. Or if you are um, sort of going through something, I still think you should read this book. If you have already read these books, I think you should reread it and learn more from their heroines, is what I feel. So, number one, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Don't worry, like this cover is all tattered, but yes, that is Pride and Prejudice. And um, I'll be giving some spoilers. So, yep, if you are not the kind of person, just watch the list and go get on with reading your books. Pride and Prejudice is special because there's this heroine, very, passionate about her life, very into reading and stuff. She has a lot of dreams. She is very vocal about a lot of things. She is very vocal about a lot of her opinions, and she does not um, sort of make herself shrink just to accommodate a man's presence in her life like her mother teaches her to. um, I love this book particularly because Jane Austen, as a writer, was not having it. She was not like, I'm going to change this man, because Elizabeth Bennet was sort of like, dude, you either pull your shit together or I'm leaving. I'm out. Like, I don't need you with all your money. You might be, handsome and rich, and all of these girls are swooning over you, but that's just it. Like, congratulations for your face and your fortune, because you have a personality of a dickhead. And I should not be cursing because YouTube is like getting really weird about it, but yeah, whatever. um anyway, so take inspiration from Elizabeth Bennet, because one thing about Austen heroine is that she does not um shies, like none of her heroines shy away from giving their opinion, and they have a lot of opinion. And somewhere it also tells us that if a man truly loves you, he'll change himself. You do not have to, be all agreeable to a man just for him to have his ways with you. And you do not have to deal with his idiosyncrasies. I don't know what that word is. I'll just write it somewhere over here. But yeah, you do not have to do that. That's why I love Jane Austen, and that's why I love this book. So if you are dealing with a man like that, please read it. The next book that I want to recommend Haley Bieber to read, but if you are in a position somewhat of a position that Haley Bieber is in, I think you should read this book as well, because the next book is Merchant of Venice. Now, you would ask me that Merchant of Venice, it sounds like a man oriented book. And I was also told that it's a, you would love Antonio in this book. He's awesome. He's this, he's that. The true Merchant of Venice was Portia, because she was so cool. By the way, she was like, when you read Merchant of Venice, kudos to Shakespeare for not making women just eye candies. Like, Portia is the Merchant of Venice in this book. By the way, there are three Merchant of Venice. All of them are men, but they don't do shit. It's Portia who saved their asses, and that is why I say she's the true Merchant of Venice. Also, she's sassy. Like, she does not pay heed to all the suitors that come for her, and the way she replies to them, oh my god, she's talking to her, I think, what are they called? Sort of house help, okay? And she repeatedly, repeatedly, she sort of says her answers, like she tells them no, and the reason she give is very sassy. I have said sassy so many times, so I think you should read that book, and I think that's how you should deal with men. You will be inspired to another level when you read this book. Like, Portia is it. Portia is, yeah, I love her. I love her. If nothing works, if you are a classic girly and nothing is working for you, and if the guy you are with is, making your hair loose, like making you want to scream in abyss, or making you want to just pluck your hair one by one, might as well pull a Catherine. I mean, if he's behaving like Heathcliff, it's only right that you pull a Catherine. This is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Why I recommend this book, you ask? Catherine is mad. She will match your crazy. She won't be like prim and proper. She'll be like, okay, don't play stupid games if you do not want a stupid prizes. Like, she will be karma in a relationship. She'll be like, yeah, if you she'll be like, if you stress me out, I'm going to increase that stress 100 times and I'll give it back to you. And that's what she did, like with Heathcliff, with Linton, with everybody, whoever, like. And she's very manipulative, by the way. I like, whenever I think about Wuthering Heights, I'm like, yeah, she was extraordinarily manipulative, and I still love her for that. I don't know why, because there is a kind of a strength in this novel by Emily Bronte, in the power that Catherine possessed over these men, just because she, like, they could never bend her to their will. And that was something that made all of them lose their mind. And then she was like, you know what, I have just started, I'll make you lose your mind some more. And I think sometimes, like, not all the times, but sometimes women need to, like, bring that bad vibes in their life to deal with a stupid man. That's all I'm going to say. Coming to the book talk books for this particular video, Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Do I love this book? Not at all. Do I hated it when Alex Volkov started singing? I cringed. I shat my bed. That's how much I hate it. Like, it was so unnecessary. Like, why? Why would you ruin a character like that? Don't. Just doesn't suit with, like, maintain the damn personality. It doesn't go with Alex Volkov's personality. Anyway, this video is not about Alex Volkov's rant. It's about why this book is important to read. I'll give it to Anna Huang. When this guy, this, pretty boy, billionaire boy, did something wrong, this heroine, Ava Chen, she left his ass. She was like, I'm out. You might be a billionaire, but I'm not having it. Like, I have important things to do. She left to get this, I think, amazing course from London on photography. And she was like, she left him on his own devices. And I think that is something which is so important. Like, you do not have to be in a circus and entertain clowns if you don't want to. It's your life. And sometimes I even think it when, like, a certain person, is having argument on WhatsApp or on phone calls, and I'm like, this is my phone. I can keep it away. Why do I have to engage with them? And that is what this book was about. Like, yes, Alex Volkov loved her. All of those, like, he was, could be a perfect, if you think financially, if you think um, aesthetically, he was perfect, but she still left him. And then he realized his mistake. He groveled, he apologized, he left his company, by the way, of which he was a CEO of, all for her. And that must tell you that if, you know, if a man loves you, he'll be man about it. He'll go to a certain length to have you. It's not it's not like he'll go on Instagram and be like, in on every, post, he's giving her the finger. I'm not even going to show the finger, but yeah, he's giving her that. And like, just in a stop. And Haley, if classic is not your thing, read this book. Then another book that I think one should read is A Court of Thorn and Roses. um, Especially A Court of Mist and Fury, because Tamlin is such a guy in this book. He's very protective of Farah, darling. He gives her everything. He's just nice to her, in so many ways. He takes care of her family. Like, he makes sure that her family is taken care of, she's taken care of, he protects her. um, but the point is, Tamlin, in the next book, becomes so protective of her, becomes so possessive. Like, he sort of starts having, I think he had this trauma when he was under the mountain, and then he started projecting it on Farah, and she was not okay with it. Like, she had no choices of her own. She was sort of a prisoner in a beautiful cage, and Farah was not having it. She was like, "I'm out, bro. I'm out. If you are going to do all of that and not let me make my own decisions, I'm out." And he was like, I don't know. I do not hate Tamlin. I've only read two books from this series, Equitar, but and that's why I do not hate Tamlin that much. Like, I'm. It felt like Sarah J. Maas sabotaged his character to another level, because it did not sit right with me when it comes to, his character traits, like a lot of things that he did. But I like, you do not know what trauma would make a man do, because men, yeah, they might be strong physically, they are not that strong emotionally, not that strong. They are like, they do not come close on any level as us women. No offense to any man watching this, but yeah, you have to take it on the chin, because it's the truth, sir. um the thing is, and no, keeping your emotions inside does not make you a warrior, it makes you stupid, because then all your collective emotions, like sadness, grief, trauma, guilt, whatever, comes in just one form, and that's anger. And somehow you all, like, do not acknowledge it as emotion. Anger is an emotion. Anyway, so what Tamlin did was, like, he was telling Farah that you have to look pretty and you have to be my wife. You do not have any other work. You cannot go out because I'm being protective af, and there is like a situation where you could be possibly in danger, all of that. And Farah was not having it. Farah was like, dude, I have to do something with my life. I cannot here just sit here and look pretty for you and for your court. Like, I'm not having it. And then she left it. Like, she left him, and she was happier in enemy's territory. So, like, even if you have to take even if you have to go to that length to escape guys of that sort, it's worth it, I think. Because if anything is there to, learn from literature, yeah, things will figure out on their own. Like, after a moment of bad events, there will be good events. So, yeah, believe in that and leave the damn man, leave him to his own devices. The next book is The Cruel Prince, and this is so much like Haley and Justin, like, because in the first book I have only read the first book, so I don't know if you all are going to be, oh my god, Card and Greenbrier. I don't know, man. He's an idiot in this book, and I'll just have my opinion about this book particularly. He's an absolute idiot. And Jude Duarte, I think Haley should do something like that. Like, she should just outsmart Justin after reading this book. She should, like, pull a Jude Duarte on him, because Carden Greenbrier was annoying AF for no reason at all. He was like, Jude, 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 Jude. Yet that is not romantic, sir. Sir, with all due respect, like, you cannot lie, so speak your damn truth. Whatever it is, I think that's what Justin should do. He should, yeah, speak his truth, like whatever he's dealing with, and seek therapy for that. Even if he does not want us to know, I'll understand it, but don't annoy the women in your life. You have a son, dude. How many things does a woman have to deal with? Like, she takes care of the child, she has a business of her own, and then a husband who is not doing much. If nothing works, by the way, my last recommendation for you guys is The Vegetarian by Han Kang. Just the first part, because that's all I have read. This book is a roller coaster ride. If nothing works, become crazy, eat a damn bird, and show your feral side. Because if nothing, at least it's going to scare a man away. And that's all we want. Like, to get, for a time, we all want to get rid of men in our life. So, yeah, those are my recommendation for any of you dealing with similar situation as Haley Bieber. Read those books, let it inspire you, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.